Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. As you can see, we've already started here. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Yeah, Mohamed Salah. And it's mainly because of his frightening pace. He's a huge threat when he's running at defenders, but he's also proved in recent times that he's a top-class finisher. Opposition defences are going to have to be wary about playing a high line, because there's nothing this guy relishes more than space to run into, and once he gets there, he's gone.
Yeah, the easiest way to make a difference is to score, so no argument there. He's cut it out. Calafiori. Pretty cagey early on from both sides. Looking for the run. Played into space out wide. He's being urged to shoot. There's the... It's a mighty effort! And he's done it! There is the breakthrough! He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Portugal are already chasing... And the shot! And it's in! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down, and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic.
A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal. He's been bundled over, that is a foul. Oh, that's a booking, always looked it.
Well, it was deliberate, it was cynical, and you have to understand the frustration of being denied a clear opportunity, but it had to be done.
Mbappe! And that's caused a worry or two. That is a little undercooked. Oh, that's a very decent ball. And the finish! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Fiore is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. And that should get the job done. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the pass is intercepted. Benatia. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
That has not gone well. And it's De Jong. De Jong! Denied by an instinctive save.
De Jong clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Now it's Mohamed Salah. Oh, that's nice. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. De Jong is the team's great visionary. They're urging him to shoot. Shoots! Mohamed Salah. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Half an hour played now. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Now it's Ibrahimovic.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Can he get onto this? And he was quick to react. Portugal are looking to break at pace. Kaká will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And that has left him in a heap. Now it's Matheus Cunha. Valverde short changes him with that pass. And they're not going to make any further progress now. And this is Ronaldo. Platini. He's had it taken off him. Now it's Mbappe. And the shot! Just swings wide.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
De Jong. Fiore. Oh, can he finish? And he's really put himself on the line here. Portugal have their second corner now. Oh, he's been caught napping. Goes for a shot! It's a carbon copy of the previous miss.
They're just unrelenting, Peter, wave after wave of attacks. Now it's just a matter of making at least one of them count.
And the keeper beats it away. Kaká picks it up out wide. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Calafiori wins the duel. There's the whistle for half-time. So it's all square. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Well, I don't think either side will have too much to complain about or worry about, Peter. 1-1 is a fair reflection of the game so far, so it'll be fascinating to see how both teams go about trying to establish a little more control in this second half.
Well, it's been intriguing stuff so far, and it's 1-1 at the break. Both teams hoping for a pick-me-up in the second half. So we're just settling back into this second half.
Portugal have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Wow, look who's involved.
And here's the chance to counter. Valverde. No way through. More and more pressure on the ball here. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Right, looks a good ball through. He's found the way through. Tries to cross. Tries to get it clear. Matheus Cunha is a player who barely needs an invitation to shoot. It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. And he thumps it clear. Valverde. Here's Matheus Cunha. Valverde. That could spell trouble. And he's having a shot! Goal! Portugal! And the comeback is complete. And that really is so impressive.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Portugal take the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Valverde, Ibrahimovic.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Now it's some big chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Great chance! Well, that is commitment to the cause.
Substituição para Portugal.
Portugal get their fourth corner.
Vão dar os seus lugares a...
Pepe puts it away.
Número 18. Owen está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Mateus puts his foot on the gas. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And the shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
They're up to 5 corners now. And he's taking no chances there. Chiellini aims beyond the defence. Knocks it into space. Portugal perhaps wondering what the best time is for their next substitution. Shapes to shoot! He scores! And surely that does it! Perfect time! Decisive strike! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence. We were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
2 goals on the day, and he may not yet be done. Portugal take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win. And he shoots! Now, what about a counter-attack? Tries to pass it through. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with.
It was indecision all round. They have to do a bit better than that. Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very...
And a chance! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Osimhen. Lovely pass, but can he get there? Spread neatly. Oh, that's neat. Just 5 minutes left. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Owen. And it's Sneijder. And here's Isak. Tries to play it through. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Now it's Osimhen.
Foram indicados 2 minutos de compensação.
Osimhen. Passing is crisp and sharp. Saka. Chance! Now, who's going to be first to this? He's trying his best to keep it in. Oh, he's been caught on it here! That's really well manoeuvred. And time is up. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Cristiano Ronaldo claiming the man of the match. Welcome to those who have joined us all here on a beautiful, clear evening. The conditions contributing to a fantastic atmosphere in the stands. This really is the place to be. I'm Peter Drury, and providing analysis and expert opinion alongside me will be Jim Beglin.
Hi everyone, and thanks Peter. It's great to be on board.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. Mohamed Salah is on his own. And the finish! There it is! Simplicity itself.
Again, that's terrific movement, Peter, and an even better pass. It's beautifully played.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. And we have our very first corner. Cleared away. Well, that's a clever-looking ball. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Portugal are looking to go forward now. And the assistant referee rightly gives him offside. In with the challenge. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Zico going face-to-face with his great rival. And it's Gravenberch. Kaka. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now there's a fine ball. Fiore. And it's Belletti. And the pass is intercepted. First quarter of an hour gone. Now it's Mohamed Salah. Now it's Zico. Gravenberch. He's a shoots! Oh, it's hit the post! And the shot! And it's in! And they're at it again, in double quick time! Lacking for neither time nor space, it could scarcely have been more straightforward.
Well, from a defensive perspective, Peter, that's a really poor one to give away. Yes, the movement was very good, but the defence made it way too easy.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter...
Isak! That was superb goalkeeping!
Isak clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Belletti, played out wide. Lovely passing, lovely movement as well. And smartly reclaimed.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
And into the grateful arms of the keeper. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And here's Isak. Shifted it to the flank. And he's being shifted off it. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Kaká will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Caicedo. And here's Mbappe. De Jong. Decent chance! And he's straight offside. Caicedo. And it's Kaká. De Jong. And Caicedo. Gattuso. Maldini calmly anticipates. De Jong. And he was quick to react. Ambitious ball here. That has ended up in no man's land. Belletti. Portugal are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. Schneider looking understandably energised after his goal. Now it's Zico. Great vision. Oh, no joy this time. And they've got a throw. And it's Zico. Caicedo. Now it's Mbappe. Fiore. And they can counter here. And it's Kaká. And here's Mbappe. Kaká. Threads one in. Now, can they get him away? Swept in. And the whistle goes for half-time. Reflections on the first half?
Portugal certainly can feel happy about how things have gone, but now isn't the time to take their foot off the pedal. They need to keep pushing, keep imposing, don't leave the door open for the opposition.
So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think they have to be positive despite the scoreline. The one thing they don't want to do, Peter, is give away an early goal. But they can't afford to get too cagey either. So attack with real devilment, go for that goal and see if they can unsettle them.
It's a pretty loose pass. And that has put paid to that. Looking for options for movement. Well, played right into his path.
are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
And here's Zico. Caicedo. Now Fiore. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. And it's Belletti. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Gattuso.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
He's in a great position here. Passing is crisp and sharp. Looking here to chip it through. Too much on it, and that is an easy claim for the keeper. De Jong. He's coming under serious pressure here.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind them up in the process, Peter.
Caicedo. In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Gattuso, looking to play him in.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Nice control. And the shot's on here. And that is expertly dealt with. And he's quick to get it clear again. Caicedo. Not getting too much time on the ball here. That is good pressing. Fiore. De Jong. And it's Caicedo. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That looks a good ball through. And he welcomes it in. And this is Zico. Zico! Relentless! Just relentless! And they are pulling clear here. He made it happen. Squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Substituição para Portugal. Número 9. Número 21. Vão dar os seus lugares a número 17. Rodziki. Número 3. Está a proceder-se a uma substituição.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. 3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
He's found a way through. They're urging him to shoot. Chiellini did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Saka is one of the key ingredients in the team's attack. That is lovely. Reinders. He's cut it out. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Just a quarter of an hour to play. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. He won't be happy with that one. And it's Gravenberch. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Oh, this looks sharp. Platini. Osimhen. Big chance! And somehow he's managed to miss it.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Ibrahimovic.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Reinders. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Look at the space here. Foot in. Mateus. And it's Rosicky. That has been slung wide. Rosicky. Kaka. Portugal looking to pass their way through. Passing nice and... It's Cristiano Ronaldo! Great football, shot and save. And he's taking no chances there. And that is that. Portugal have very little in the way of excuses here, simply having no answer to a display that was stunning, scintillating. There was to be only one outcome. How would you sum up what we've witnessed, Jim?
Portugal desperately failing to impose themselves on the game. Decidedly flat, disjointed in so many areas on the pitch, and you're never going to win like that.
Well, thanks to Jim along.